Our next sneak is really for media companies, but also for the individual. How often do you find yourself looking through news articles and just basically skimming through headlines? Media companies know this. That's why they spend so much time trying to pick the perfect headline. But what if you could make sure that the headline was really targeted and personalized to the individual? That's what this sneak shows. It shows us how we can personalize the headline to the individual and also include a summarized version of the article along with a photograph that might be perfectly tuned to capture that person's attention. Hyman Chung and his team have been working on a prototype and are ready to introduce it as our next sneak.
Thanks, Steve. So in this scenario, I'm a content marketer for an online adventure travel company called Weekend, and we just published a new article, Things to Do in Australia. And there's a lot of rich, robust content for many different types of travelers. There's content for wine enthusiasts. There's information on how to catch a sunset from the back of a camel. There's whale watching content. There's things to do in Sydney Harbor. There's even adventure content for thrill seekers and adrenaline junkies, and much more. And typically, what I do next is go to my homepage and create a teaser or a content snippet to drive traffic to my new article. Do this by coming up with a headline, writing a description, and selecting an image. Of course, this isn't particularly targeted to any of the audiences that I'm trying to appeal to. And as digital marketers, we know that targeted, optimized content that appeals directly to our audiences is much more effective, but it can be quite cumbersome. So we thought it would be great if we could leverage the power of artificial intelligence and Adobe Sensei to help us. Let me show you how it works. So I hover over my snippet here. I click this icon, and then I'm presented with a number of different personas to select from to have Sensei create targeted snippets for. I'm going to select all of these here to see what comes back. Now Sensei is taking what it knows about each of these audience segments, as well as the article content, and crafting unique targeted snippets for each. Wow, that was really fast. Let's see what comes back. This is amazing. So for thrill seekers, it's retrieved that image of the rock climber, as well as the headline, Australia for Adrenaline Junkies. I think this is very meaningful for thrill seekers. For frugal vacationers like myself, it's identified that beautiful image of Sydney Harbor. And look at this headline, Free Things to Do Around Sydney. This is amazing. This is exactly the type of content that I would like as a frugal vacationer. For upscale luxury travelers, it's retrieved that beautiful image of the Australian vineyard, along with the headline, Discover Incredible Australian Wine. From here, we can also take a look under the hood to see how Sensei is making a lot of these decisions. So it has a history of what's been effective for each of the audience segments in the past and maps the characteristics directly to those baselines. It also ensures that the content within the snippet is relevant for the content in the article. So Sensei now has helped us craft a snippet that's both appealing to the selected audience as well as relevant to the target article. From here, we can also ask Sensei to give us additional suggestions. So instead of this Australian vineyard image, I can ask for another image. A beautiful image of rosé. I love rosé, especially at the beach. I'm going to keep this one. We can also do that for the other elements in the snippet as well. So instead of Discover Incredible Australian Wine, let's see what else it can come up with. Australia's Best Wine Experiences. I think this is going to be very compelling for upscale luxury travelers. So from here, we can return to that homepage and preview how the different audience segments will see the snippet when they visit. So for thrill seekers, they're going to see that really cool rock climbing snippet here. For frugal vacationers, we'll be presented with the Free Things to Do Around Sydney snippet. And for upscale luxury travelers, they're going to see this beautiful Australian vineyard snippet. I'm confident that this technology will create entirely new levels of engagement between brands and their audiences. If you agree, please vote for Project Snippets. Thank you. Back to you, Steve.
Thank you, Hyman. Personalization is really at the heart of the entire online experience. And for media companies, it's more relevant than ever before. Personalization to the level of the headline, the summary, and also the image could be a game changer.